of this crazy year, what are you looking forward to the most when life really gets back to normal?
I'm looking forward to going to restaurants and museums and just kind of like spending a day wandering around, interacting with just all that stuff that we've just missed, like nothing even so crazy, just kind of like getting back out into the world and experiencing sensory things.
Seeing humans, making eye contact.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
It's an adjustment. You actually had COVID early on.
Yeah.
How do you feel now? I know you had some long haul symptoms. Are you feeling better?
Yeah. I feel better. I sometimes they come back a little bit, but I think I'm better and better. It's been pretty crazy though. It's been pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie.
You famously, I guess kind of famously, you and your hubby got married but didn't move in together right away. Then you moved in together and the pandemic struck. So you went from kind of having your own space to having zero space and 24/7, 365. How was that?
It was amazing. I married the right dude. Like, he is the best, and there's like nobody better to be stuck with. So I am glad we moved in together before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, it's like from 0 to 100, but thank goodness that it could have gone in a different direction. Like that, it's affirming that you're actually like, okay, you're the right person.
That's a good point. No, you're definitely right.
How has it been home with your kids? Because he's got 2 teenagers, you've got 2 teenagers.
It's been the best. I mean, it's like, there are some really significant, profound silver linings from this crazy 12 months. And that time with the kids has been definitely on the top of the list. And, we were just saying last night how it was amazing to, with teenagers, they're usually having dinner. Like, we always eat all together, but then it's like they're rushing off to do X, Y, and Z. And for the last 12 months, we've all just had these long, lingering, wonderful conversations at meals and, visits where, my daughter will just come in and kind of lay on the couch and kind of catch up. And, that to me has been the most precious gift of this whole time.
I mean, it's a dream. Your teenagers, when I was a teenager, I found my parents to be deeply embarrassing and uncool. But your kids are lucky. They have two cool parents. Like, do they see it that way?
No. My daughter thinks we're totally embarrassing. My daughter makes fun of us all the time, and she always has. It's pretty funny. I think my son thinks we're pretty cool, maybe. But he just turned 15, so maybe he'll start to get a different opinion soon.
He might turn into the skeptical, dark teenager.
Yes.
It happens. Well, you have Goop is just going great. You continue to be a mogul. You've got a new skincare line. You have a gadget that shan't be mentioned that's sold out. Can you believe? Are you ever still surprised that this has just taken off the way it has?
Yeah, it's so funny because when you work so hard at something for so many years, and it feels like it's almost growing in increments that you can barely notice. So I think it's so important sometimes to stop and be like, wow, we actually got somewhere. Like, we're a brand that means something to people, and we're so proud of the things that we make and what we put into the world, and people are actually reading it and coming to the site. So I've been trying actually to stop and take stock a little bit more and appreciate a little bit more lately what we've been able to build.
You've got this new skincare line. Apple, your daughter, is actually a big part of the launch. How did that come about?
Well, this so we have a couple of different lines. One is the Goop Glow line. So it's all about like super healthy glowy skin and how you get it from the inside out, and amazing ingestible product and topical product. And we were doing this moisturizer, this light glow moisturizer, and partly because she's very into makeup and skincare, and she loves the Glow line. And so she was like, you guys should make a light moisturizer that has gives you like a little bit of a glow. So she was sort of part of the product development process. And so that when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, should I let her be in the picture or not? Because she wanted to be in the picture, so we decided to let her. But it's nice. It's nice when it feels like your family's contributing to what you're doing and the things that you're making, and to have that kind of support. And like my mom was a model for me last summer with our Goop jeans line. And so it's so nice to have like these two generations of women who love you being supportive. It's so sweet.
Well, I love her TikTok video.
First, my mom drinks her Goop Glow Super Powder, and she eats nothing except for dates and almond butter.
She's basically trolling you.
That's what she does all the time. That's what I was telling you. Constantly.
She's saying my mom she's been on a cleanse since I was born, and she's always drinking a smoothie and making candles, and she's even teasing you about Goop's focus on a certain female body part.
Yep, that's right. I get it all day long. I mean, she's so funny. It's funny, one of my best friends from growing up, a guy named Tony Linnes, he was like, because my father was really funny, and he always says she's the non-recessive Paltrow humor gene.
She is really she's sassy. She's super sassy.
Oh yeah, big time. She's powerful, and she's articulate and funny, and I love that kind of dry, sassy sense of humor.
Do you think she'll go into the family business? At this point, what is the family
one?
business? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which one? I don't know. She's very, it depends day to day. She's really interested in a lot of things. She's really interested in history and political science and law. And, she loves the art. She's amazing so I don't know. I think both of my kids are sort of like, we don't want to think about what we want to do. We just kind of want to see what unfolds. And, because I think as parents, we're like, wow, I wonder what direction they're going to go in.
But they have time. We don't have to push it.
They do.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was listening to a podcast you did, and I thought it was so interesting. You talked about your dad, and you talked about your upbringing. And even though you had two famous, successful parents, and you had a lot of opportunity, it was so interesting to me. You talked about how your dad kind of said, once you're out on your own, you're on your own. You can go for it in acting, you can go for it in Hollywood, but it's on you. I mean, I thought that was really cool and interesting, but also hard to do as a parent. Do you feel you could pull that off now?
I think that was one of the most valuable things he gave me, was saying, look, you're growing up in a privileged environment, but this is my money. This is not yours. And when you leave home, we're done. I'm never giving you a penny. And he stuck to it. It was a great lesson. And I had to learn how to completely fend for myself. And I thought that he would offer a safety net, and he didn't.
Wow.
So it was a wonderful way to understand what I was made of and what I was capable of. And, it knocked any part of me that had the spoiled part of my upbringing, knocked it right out. And I really admire him for sticking to it, because as you say, that would pull at my heartstrings, but he stuck to it.
Do you feel like that's something you'll be able to do, or do you want to do? I think about this all the time with my own kids.
I think it's really important that children learn to create a life that they are in charge of, and to have that agency. And so I always encourage them. It's both of my kids. My daughter has had 2 retail jobs. I think just from witnessing me work and respecting that, and the freedom of, that it gives her, to buy the crop top that she wants to buy. And I think it's one of the most important things that we can do to our children is instill that work ethic.
You are also in the midst of the Goop Lab season 2. Mm-hmm. I'm a big viewer.
Thank you.
Are you doing anything adventurous this time around?
This season is different. It's kind of a different, like the content. The setup is a bit different. So I'm not doing anything too daring. I actually had an idea for the show where I wanted to. So I'm trying to convince Netflix for next time. Like I have an idea that's might be a little too daring, but it's been so incredible to film it, and I'm so excited for this version. They never let you talk about, what it is, but it's going to be really good.
Wait, so do I get to hear the daring idea, the pitch?
I don't think so, but if they agree to it, then I'll tell you first. How's that?
I'll take it. I actually want to do one of these episodes with you. I want to go do one of these crazy like ice baths, or I don't know.
Okay, okay. You'll come be my partner in one of them next time.
Yeah, unless it's jumping out of a plane or something, then I'm too.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to do that either.
Okay, good. We agree. I sort of been circling around it because I don't think there's a way to talk about it on morning television. But you do have some products that keep selling out. Mm-hmm. And are you surprised?
No, in a way, I'm not surprised. Look, I think that our sexuality is such an important part of who we are. And, even the fact, like, if you think about it, we're on morning television, so we can't talk about female pleasure.
I just bleeped that out. I just bleeped it out.
But, it sort of gives you an insight into how culturally it's still taboo. And one of the things we really believe in at Goop is kind of eliminating shame from these topics.
Have you done anything where you've in this space where you've kind of shocked yourself or surprised yourself that you're talking about it, whether it's the candle or the gadget?
Right. I think it's all sort of part of this thing of bringing female sexuality into the culture and talking about it in a way that kind of demystifies and destigmatizes it. And so I actually think it's great when people are a bit surprised, or, by some of the product. And, it's funny because the candle was a complete accident, and because it just started as a joke and then it became a product. But it's come to be a talisman, for me, of this really important moment to kind of embrace all aspects of ourselves and not feel that kind of shame.
Is your mother ever like, Gwyneth, I can't
Always.
believe.
Always.
Because Ms. Blythe Danner is very elegant and very proper, it seems to me.
She is. But, even proper ladies have sexuality too.
This is part of your legacy now.
Good.
Really? Okay, so if it's in the first paragraph of your obituary, Gwyneth Paltrow, Oscar winner, and the candle.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully it'll all be, I'll be an amalgam of many things, as all women are.
What about acting? Because you did The Politician. You did, I know you are totally consumed with your company.
Yeah.
But do you still want to pursue acting? Or are we going to see you on screen again soon?
Well, you'll see me on screen in the Goop Lab.
Yeah.
For sure. And, it's not really my focus right now. I think if you do see me on screen, it would probably be, something that my husband was doing. Otherwise, I got to focus on my day job.
I know. He's the only one who lured you back to Hollywood.
That's right.
You are kind of a lightning rod. We always talk about this.
Yeah.
Why?
You know, I think I know, but I don't even know that I feel like it's my job to not engage in the opinions about me, good or bad, positive, negative, over time. It's like, I'm really focused on, you know, what I'm doing. And I think it's actually, like, especially at Goop, what we're putting into the world is actually really important and moving culture forward. And if I started to get upset about people's responses to whatever, you know, it might pull me back from that. So I try just not to pay too much attention and really stay in my integrity and move forward.